All right, this is it. My name's Jeff K, and you're listening to episode 268 of the world-famous West Virginia Surf Report podcast.
Hello, world.
And we're back, broadcasting once again from deep underneath a nondescript home in suburban Pennsylvania. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thanks for listening. Thanks for streaming. Thanks for downloading. Whatever method you choose, I appreciate it, and I want to thank you. Today, I took a day off. Today is Friday as I record this thing. I had a week, man. The week, for one thing, far be it from me to whine, but I had no weekend. I didn't really have a weekend because I've been working Tuesday through Saturday due to circumstances. Those circumstances have now changed, so I can go back to my regular Monday through Friday. So I worked Tuesday through Saturday last week, and then started Monday through Friday this week. So that meant I only had one day off, which was Sunday. On Sunday, Tony and I went down to Allentown, where the sky is blue, the birds are singing, people are walking hand in hand through the streets. It's a breath of fresh air down there in Allentown, Pennsylvania. And went to Costco, bought some stuff in there, bought a new coffee maker. We bought a bunch of stuff. A bunch of food stuff, all that jazz. You know what they had in there? They had I've never seen this before. These like straw-like things where you can like suck up, like you can drink straight out of a swamp or a cesspool, I guess, and it filters it. Like, why would there's like 5 of them or 4 of them in a package. It costs like $50, I think. It shows some guy like leaning over, just like drinking straight out of like some creek or like some kind of filthy pond or something. It's like, why would Costco customers, just your average Allentown Costco customer, need such a thing? It seems like something after, in a post-apocalyptic, thing. In a post-apocalyptic world, you might need that stuff. I mean, I hope that doesn't come to pass, but I mean, it seems like an odd thing. Every time you go to Costco, that's why I like Costco so much. It's because every time you go in there, you literally don't know what. There's some bizarre. You're going to find like stuff you've never seen before, stuff you didn't even know existed. It's fun. I enjoy going there. It's much better than Sam's. Sam's is fine. I don't have any issue with Sam's. It seems like it's always the same stuff, Anyway, so we did that. We went down there. We were going to go to that Shangy's, that giant beer emporium. Closed on Sundays. Why would you be closed? If you sell beer, why would you be closed on a weekend day? Why? Doesn't make any sense to me. I don't know what I was disappointed. We were going to go there. We were going to go to Costco. We were going to buy some of that Costco free gas. I went over, or not free. God, no, cheap. I meant to say cheap gas. And I went over there. It was a pandemonium. I said, to hell with that. I'll just pay an extra 15 cents a gallon. I'm not getting in that mess. You just should have seen it. There's no way. So I don't have the patience for that. So that was off. I didn't get the cheap gas, and I didn't go to the beer emporium. I was like, what the hell, man? And then we were going to go get new cards because my card's all beat up, at the Costco. Like standing in line, and it was like nothing's happening. There's like no progress. I'm like, screw this, man. God, so it was kind of disappointing. Like a lot of the stuff that we wanted to do, we didn't get done. But we did get, we shopped at Costco and we bought some stuff. They had a computer there, a laptop I wanted. That thing was $200 off. and it was I think it was an HP. It was nice. It was a thing of beauty, and it was normally $6.99. Yeah, normally $6.99, and it was $4.99 for whatever, some period of time. I was like, I want that laptop, And Tony's like, nope. She runs a tight ship. We get into trouble. We have historically, through the years, gotten into trouble by doing stuff like that. Just breaking out a credit card. It's like, I want that thing. That's a good deal. But, we've kind of lived and learned a little bit, or at least she has. If it had been left up to me, I'd have said, let's get that thing now. So I keep thinking about that laptop. I think it's beautiful. My laptop's a piece of junk. I mean, I'm pretty sure that they build something into those laptops, and just computers in general, slows them down over, the longer you use them. Tony's like, you just got it bogged down with so much crap. I said, I don't have any crap on there. I got that thing stripped down to this bare minimum. I don't put anything. I put everything in the Dropbox. There's nothing on there, So, but they slow down over time. They just slow down, and I think it's built in, so you have to go buy a new one because you get frustrated. Like when I turn that laptop on, the one that I have now, I mean, you may as well just go like mow the lawn, or maybe go see a movie, go have a sandwich. You know what I'm saying? Because that shit is going to take forever to boot up and go through all its, everything it does to get ready. It's frustrating. It's built. It didn't used to be that way, and it's not bogged down. Tony always blames me for everything. I didn't have anything. I just use it to get on the internet. I don't have anything on there. I don't have a bunch of shit saved in there. I don't have a bunch of unnecessary programs running on that thing. It's just it's got some kind of like it's got, as soon as you like buy a computer and you start using it, the clock starts running, and over time it just gets slower and slower by design. That's what I think. What do you think? But anyway, I'd love to have that beautiful. But we didn't get it. We did get a new coffee maker. You know what I don't like about it? It's good except for one thing. It uses those like funnel shaped filters. I don't like those things. I don't know. I have an issue with them. I guess I'll have to deal with it. But it's nice so far. It's a 14 cup. It's a lot. It's a big honking. Big honking carafe. That's the way I like them. I like my carafes big and honking. It's been said many times before. All right. So anyway, I didn't have a weekend really because we were down there messing around. Go straight back into work, and it was chock full of insanity and nonsense. I mean, I can't go into it because I don't like to talk about work, or I probably shouldn't talk about work. But it was a week. I would put it in definitely under the heading of ball crusher. It was a real ball crusher. And it included an 8-hour class off-site that we're taking. It's a 5-week. It's 5 weeks, 8 hours 8 hours each. So 40 hours of classroom instruction. And then at the end of this thing, I'll be a yellow belt 6 Sigma. Thank you very much. I appreciate it, you guys. Oh, no, please. But anyway, 6 Sigma. You know what I'm saying? And it's off. And I was like, oh God, I've been to all sorts, all manner of these types of things. And you know what I don't like? These corporate training things. And there's the stuff I hate about them. The main thing I can't stand about them is they always want, let's do something fun. Like as soon as they say, let's do something fun, my bowels release or they threaten to release. I'm like, oh, here we go. Some kind of stupid ass shit where they're going to make a spectacle out of us up here playing, Twister or something. And they're going to have me out there playing Twister. I'll blow the full ass out of my pants, or fart or something. I can't have this. Or they'll play Pin the Tail on the Donkey. Who knows? make paper airplanes. These are things that we've done. We've made paper airplanes at these things. I had to go to this thing up in Rhode Island one time where we played card games and made paper airplanes. I hate that kind of stuff. If you want to sit up there and do a standard teacher pupil thing where you teach us stuff and I can endure that. But when you start having these, when he says, all right, now let's do something that's fun, I'm like, oh, God, here we go. Who knows what kind of nonsense. I've had things where you have to go out there and shake somebody's hand, like you just stand up in the middle of some unknown person and tell each other, what your favorite movie is and all this stuff. I'm like, what is this? And this stuff where you have to go around the table and tell everybody a fun fact about yourself. I hate that stuff. I hate that crap. So I was like stressing about this thing, but it wasn't bad. In fact, it was pretty interesting, and I learned some stuff in there. You know what they talked about for a long period of it is they're talking about staffing and how things are different now post-COVID, and it's no longer. I mean, if you want to compete, you're going to have flexible schedules. So set schedules are a thing of the past, is what this guy said. Because you're going to have, that's old. It's old thinking. That's not going to. You're not going to be very successful if you have very strict schedules. Everybody has to work this schedule, which is basically what we do. But we're getting away from that a little bit. But he says that there's going to have to be flexible schedules. And during the interview process, the roles have changed. They flip-flopped. It's no longer, am I going to hire this person? You're not interviewing them. They're interviewing you because they have so many options. They're trying to decide whether or not they want to work for you or if they want to work for somebody else. So the roles, like I was listening to this stuff, and they said you got to get out of this old style of thinking, and be able to embrace change and all. They were talking about that, and it reminded me when I was working at WIA, we used to go to these conventions every year, and the famous producer Rick Rubin, who he co-founded Def Jam, and then he went off on his own and started Def America. And then it became American Recordings at some point. But he's a producer. He's produced, I don't know, a whole bunch of people like the Beastie Boys and Tom Petty and, all kinds of Red Hot Chili Peppers, a whole bunch of. He's great. And he also did a bunch of work with Johnny Cash near the end of his life. You probably know who he is. His big long beard and always wears sunglasses. Anyway. He gave a speech at one of our conventions back when I was working at WIA, Atlanta. So I was like, I don't know. I was in either my late 20s or early 30s at the time. And he gave this speech at one of our conventions where he went up there and said, all you old people, it's time to step aside. Basically was the point. He goes, you need to get, you guys are stuck in a rut. There's new ways of doing things, and if you're not willing to embrace them, then you just need to step aside and let the young people take over. I was like, hell yeah. At the time, I was like, shit, yeah. And my boss at the time, he was like, that really infuriated me. That is so short-sighted. I mean, the older people have a wealth of knowledge and experience, So, depending on how old you are, you had a different reaction. It was like very confrontational. It was a very confrontational speech, very memorable, It reminded me of that when he's talking to us. And I'm old, but I'm like, you're probably right. I mean, it's true. Things have changed. People don't want to work. He also said I shouldn't say they don't want to work. They want to work on their own terms, right? And that's where you're going to have to adjust, And, the old folks like me, I mean, it's like, no, the schedule is the schedule. If you don't want to work it, then I don't know what to tell you. We'll give you an opportunity to work elsewhere, I guess. Now they're like, okay, I'll take that opportunity, But anyway, but I don't, I listened to that and it didn't make me mad. He was saying, the old people need to either embrace the change or move aside. Basically, the same thing Rick Rubin said. So anyway, it was interesting. I found it to be interesting. So it wasn't bad. He didn't have us doing all kinds of stupid shit. We weren't out there doing cartwheels or anything. He didn't have us. He didn't have us doing it. At least on week 1, I got 4 more weeks left. It might be okay. I kind of enjoyed it. I didn't have any problem. Then we had visitors from we had big shots from out of state coming in yesterday. I had to adjust my schedule again, and it's been a rough week. So yesterday I told my boss, I said I need to take a day off soon. I said I'm burned out. And she goes, why don't you take tomorrow off? I said, I'll take you up on that. So I'm off. Today's Friday. I'm off. So that's pretty good. My son, by the way, the younger boy, graduates from college tomorrow. It's pretty cool, right? That's pretty cool. I went 2 years and, didn't finish. You know what, the thing about that is, the first year I was kind of screwing around, messing around. And then the second year, I got my shit together and I was enjoying it and I was doing well. And I was like, all right, I might be able to, I'm getting into the wang, what is it? The swing of things. I'm getting into the swing of things here. And then my girlfriend at the time broke up with me. And I went spiraling down into some kind of depression. And I stopped going to school. And I never went back. So there you go. Stupid-ass decisions, stupid-ass things that happen. In this case, back when Ronald Reagan was president, has affected me to today. If I had a degree, which was what I was working for, I'd probably, I don't know how my life would be different, but it'd probably be improved a little bit at least. So anyway, he's graduating tomorrow. I'm very proud of him. That's great stuff. He's a hard worker, and it'll be great for him. I think he's going to go. He's thinking about continuing on, get a master's. So I don't know. We'll see, but that's cool. And by the way, a couple weeks ago, he was inducted into some kind of honor society, and we went to lunch with his girlfriend's parents. We don't have any, because she was also being inducted into that thing. So I'd never met them. I don't know. It's one of those things, just like this class. I'm like, oh God, I don't like doing it. I don't know these people. I don't know anything about them. I don't know them. And I didn't know what I was getting myself into. Tony's like, you got to go. I said, all right. I'll do it. Of course. I can do it. I just don't wanna, because worst case scenarios rolling through my head. You know what? Turned out to be a blast. Loved them. They were fun. They were like, I'd like to hang out with them. I'd like to hang out with them again. It was a good time. So I don't know. And so all this stuff, all these things that I dread, it almost always turns out to be not nearly as bad as as I have it pictured in my head. I don't know why I do that, but I always think of something. I'm like, oh God. Then the worst case scenarios flash through my brain, and I start dreading it based on those worst case scenarios. And it's not nearly as bad, almost always. I don't know why I torture myself, but it's been a hell of a week, a ball masher. So now I'm off. But the thing about that is, last night Tony goes, all right, I'm working today, which is Friday. I'm working tomorrow, so I'm going to put you in charge of dinner. I was like, what the? I said, what do you want me to cook? She goes, that's up to you. I said, she goes, you're going to have to decide what it is and cook it. I said, what the? So I don't know. All day I've been sending her text messages. I said, I have it narrowed down to either beanie weenies, a fondue, or a duck. She said She wrote back, I don't care what it is as long as I don't have to cook it. And then she wrote, but I think cooking a duck might be a little advanced for you. I was like, how dare you? I could cook a succulent duck. Why would you doubt my duck cooking abilities? I'm a duck cooker. Now, I've never cooked one. I don't even know if I've ever eaten one. But how do you know? I mean, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. It's right now it's almost 4 o'clock and I have no idea what I'm going to make. I don't know. I'm going to have to go out and buy it. And then I'm going to have to make it. It's going to have to be ready by 6. And I'm doing a podcast and I don't know what the menu's going to be. I don't know. I haven't bought any of it. I'm in charge. I don't know. I'm told Tony I was going to do a fondue. You ever had fondue? That's bullshit. That right there. I don't like that. There used to be this restaurant in Atlanta. Everybody loved it. Dante's Down the Hatch. You familiar with this place? It was a famous restaurant in Buckhead called Dante's Down the Hatch. And it was a fondue restaurant. And it had like a big ship in the middle of it, like a pirate ship or something. And they played jazz in there. They always had a live jazz band playing. It's like real soft in there. And it was expensive and it was fondue. It sucked. I don't like that kind of crap. I don't like that novelty shit. I'd rather go to Wendy's. And I'm not even kidding. They bring out this bubbling pot of cheese and wine. I don't know what's in there, mixture of whatever. And then you get these long forks, and you put pieces of bread, fruit, I don't know, all kinds of stuff, carrots and shit, and you dip it in that stuff and eat it. Basically, you're just like eating, I don't know, you're not eating much. It's not like you're eating an enormous amount. I think they had they did have meat, some various meats and stuff. That's not good. I don't like that kind of garbage. And then there's that chain called the Melting Pot. I've been to that too. It sucks. Bullshit. But I was making a joke about the fondue. Maybe. Nah, I'm not going to do that. It'll probably be burgers. I'll probably just cook burgers on the grill. Maybe crack open a box of those Cracker Barrel mac and cheese. I haven't decided. I don't have much time left though. Better get my shit together. Last night I started moving. I'm going to get a new cell phone in the near future. Just like that laptop. I've been bitching about my phone. I don't know what's going on with it. It's 4 years old. I think they build obsolescence into those things too. I love that phone. It's an LG. And LG got completely out of the cell phone business. And I think in 2021, I think that was the last year they made them. They never could make it. People just buy Samsung or Apple, it seems like. All the other ones are also ran. So I love that phone. That thing is great. Had a great camera, and I had no issue with it. It's a really good phone, but it's starting to slow down and mess. It's like, I don't know. Why would it just? Tony probably thinks I have it bogged down, or something. So anyway, the thing has an SD card. It has an SD card in there, and I got a massive SD card in there, like the biggest it would hold, the biggest it could handle. And it was expensive. And, micro SD. And I got all kinds of old-time radio shows on there. It's loaded up with, old-time radio shows and, Phil Hendry shows and the CBS Radio Mystery Theater and Gene Shepard and all this stuff. It's all loaded up. So apparently SD cards in a phone are old-fashioned. You may as well just have an iPod or something, because that shit is old-fashioned. None of the new phones have them. Also, they don't have headphone jacks. You got to use wireless. That's fine. I mean, I don't like those earbuds, the ones that stick out where you just stick them in and they got a little part protruding down, I don't like those. They fall out of my ears all the time. I don't know why. I can't get them to stay in there. I'll be listening to something, the thing will just fall out for no reason, I don't like those. But I have some over-the-ears headphones that are wireless. I love those. Those are fantastic. They get a little hot in the summer, but sometimes when I'm in there cooking, when I have to do some cooking like today, I'll put those headphones on. I'll crank up something on Spotify, including that Viagra. There's a new Viagra Boy song called Ain't No Thief. That shit is hilarious. That thing makes me laugh. I think I listened to it like five times today. They played it when we saw them down in Philly a few weeks ago. They played that song. They said, this is a brand new song. Nobody's heard it except for a whole bunch of people last night. And the thing is rocking, and it's funny as hell. It's like hilarious. It's a combination of extremely funny and rocking like a son of a bitch. I'll listen to that kind of stuff, while I'm up there chopping and all that jazz. I'll fire that baby up later, So I like those over-the-ear headphones. I don't like the ones that you stick in there, just like plug into your holes. I don't like that. They fall out all the time. I don't know. Anyway, what were we talking about? Anyway, what else I have here? So I'm moving on. So I'm starting to move. I got way off track. So I'm going to get a new phone soon. Tony's like, nope. I said, I need a new phone. Just like that laptop. She's like, nope. I said, what do you mean, nope? Do I not have a say in any of this? Nope. I mean, it didn't go exactly that way, but that's pretty much. I said, I need a new phone. This thing's starting to fail. I use my phone all the time. I need an updated phone. This thing's 4 years old. It's bullshit, And she goes, well, the older boy his phone is going to be paid off in 1 month, and then after that we can get you a new phone. So there's no SD cards, and I guess there's no headphone jacks anymore. So I started moving stuff over into Dropbox. I have 2 terabytes? Is that what it is? 2 terabytes of space in Dropbox. I started moving all that old-time radio show stuff that's on that SD card into Dropbox. So if I want to access it through my new phone, right, since I won't have that SD card anymore, then I can do it. So that's a project I'm working on. I'm like moving that stuff over. It's taken a long time, but, I'll have it. By the time I get my new phone, which should be really soon, I'll have that thing set up. And I access all that stuff straight through Dropbox. Won't need a micro SD card anymore. And I guess I'll just have to roll with no wired headphones. I mean, I don't use that anymore. I mean, I was bitching about it, but I don't use it anymore, so that won't be a big deal. Anyway, that's a project I'm working on right now. Let's see. Oh, before we go, I do have one new call. I came in over the hotline, and that's from our old friend Ian. And here it is.
Hey Jeff, it's Ian in Scotland here, driving along in my van. Beautiful day, Star Wars Day, May the 4th, and all that. Do you do that cross there? May the 4th be with you. Lame. So yeah, beautiful day. Just listen to your the Black episode, we'll call it, the Suicide episode. Beautiful. Great stuff. Made me appreciate being alive, I guess. So a couple of things for you, Jeff. Jeans. Wash your jeans. Who was this fool you were talking to who said, don't wash your jeans? It's crazy. It's crazy. No. Wash jeans all the time. They get, a week's wear. Chuck them in the washing machine. I see no detriment to them. It's always good. just pros at this point. Clean jeans. No stains, no smells. It's fine. It's all good. Women like that stuff. Timeliness. So number 2, I was going to ask you about your walking machine. And let's go miles walked versus tiny whities dried. Let me hear the results of that equation. Okay, keep up the work, Jeff. Bye.
All right, I'm great to hear from you, Ian. Yes, we have that May the 4th be with you over here. People say it. Nerds, mostly. It's a nerd thing. May the 4th be with you. Yeah, I hadn't heard that for a while. I haven't heard that since last May 4th. I don't know. It's not fun. I mean, I don't know. It was kind of clever in the beginning, but now it's just like, whatever. They had that at the Cincinnati Reds game. I think they had like a Jedi Joey bobblehead, Joey Votto, their first baseman. There's all kinds of tie-ins for that crap. I don't know anything about Star Wars. I saw Star Wars. I saw all those Star Wars, the original 3, and don't get into that. The first 3 or they're not. Don't start going down that road. I'm talking about the 3 that came out in the 70s and I don't know, early 80s maybe. I don't know, whatever years. I saw them as they came out, and they were just another movie I saw that summer. I didn't think, oh my God, this is my religion. I'm going to have to devote my entire life to this. No, I was like, all right, what's next? Taps? What's next? What do we got? Uncle Buck? When is that? It's just another movie I saw during that summer. I don't know. Didn't really, I don't know. But anyway, yeah, we have that stuff over here, Ian, unfortunately. Washing jeans, yeah, I don't know. I've asked people around. I didn't get too much response from when I asked it on the website or on the podcast, but I've asked people about it. Everybody washes their jeans, right? This one, I know you're not supposed to, or there's people who say you should not, or you don't have to wash your jeans, and I saw that online. I read articles about it. There's people that love Levi's. They buy those expensive ass like $90 Levi's and stuff. Never wash them. I'm like, what the hell? These things start stinking. After a while, they're like, no. They don't start stinking. Like how could they not? And but anyway, I wash them. I still do. What happens if you don't? In my case, other than the obvious problems, is they start getting big. They start growing. Next thing you know, you're wearing a pair of like MC Hammer pants. They're like real big. They like almost drop off my body. Because the waistband just keeps getting bigger and bigger. Be walking down the hall at work and my pants just fall down to my ankles. I can't have that. I can't. That's not something. So I have not stopped washing my jeans. I do them every weekend. I throw them in the washer. That might be a little bit too often, but I don't know. The only thing I've changed is I don't dry them. I dry them a little bit, and then I let them finish drying, after, so I don't bake them in the dryer. I think that's what does the damage. I think they get brittle, they just get like blasted with heat, and then they turn brittle, and then then the whole ass rips out of them. At least in my case. And then there's like you have a catastrophic denim blowout, and then there's like a panel of denim gone. It's just missing. But anyway, it has an. So I think I dry, depending on how many jeans how many pairs of these massive sheets of denim that's required to cover my body, depending on how many pairs in there, I either run it one time or I run it 2 times, and then I'll let it air dry the rest of the way. And I think that'll protect the denim, right, from exploding. You can withstand the pressure of my great ass in there, But I'm not going to never wash my jeans. It's disgusting. No way. I'm not down with that. I'm one of these old guys that can't change. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Yeah, the walking machine. Oh, yeah. The treadmill. I'm not proud of this. We're not drying any underwear on that thing. I don't know why you think we're dry. I know you have it pictured in your head that it's just like draped with tighty-whities. I mean, you've said that, right? There's nothing drying. I think Tony uses it almost every day, and the younger boy runs on it. I use it every once in a while. I kind of dip in and out, but I haven't been using it every day. You're right. You're right as usual, Ian. I'm not. I didn't use it today. I didn't use it yesterday. It's in there if I want to, but I wanted when we bought it I had plans of using it every single day, walking 4 miles a day. That thing would be good for me, that'd be good for me. But do I do it? No. But there's nothing hanging off of it. It's not an underwear drying, there's nothing hanging off of it. I'm not using it very much. That's the update on the walking machine. You were right, but I can adjust. I can adjust. I can get better. I can get better. It's possible. So thanks, Ian, for calling. I appreciate it. I like when you call from the car or the van. I appreciate that. And we're at the end of this thing. Thank you guys for listening. If you want to be on a future show like Ian, it's easy to do. The number, 570-290-8151. Give me a call round the clock, whenever you want. It's built for your convenience. Just leave a message, ask a question, make a comment, suggestion, whatever. Whatever you want to do. We'll almost certainly use it in a future episode, so do it today, 570-290-8151. And if you want 2 of these episodes a week instead of a measly one, and I can't think of any reason. I've thought about it. I hiked up to the top of the mountain, and I sat there cross-legged and thought about this, and I was unable to come up with any scenario where you would not want to have 2 episodes a week instead of just 1. So, also, built for your convenience, Patreon.com. That's Patreon, Patreon.com/JeffK. Sign up for a $4 or more monthly donation, and you'll get an extra episode every week. So do it today. Speaking of Patreon, I don't want to go off on a jag, but I listen to some podcasts, and I've heard that word. It's Patreon. I know it is. I know this. I know somehow that's how you pronounce that word. But I've heard people call it Patreon, and I've heard some guy that I listen to all the time. It's a guy that does a podcast where I learned about the Viagra Boys, like 2 years ago, maybe something like that. Patreon. He says it Patreon. That's not right. What the hell? It's Patreon. It's patreon.com/JeffK. Sign up today for a $4 or more monthly donation. Get an extra episode every week. All right. Also, Surf Report Pod is the website for the website for the podcast. Check that out too. Expanded show notes, photos, links. It's a value-added service for the listeners of this podcast. And I think that's enough. All the rest. Thank you guys for listening. I do appreciate it. Until next time, which will be over on the Patreon side, you guys have yourselves a fine, fine day. I'll see you. Bye. I could cook a succulent duck.